This is episode 3, and we've logged this one in Jira first. Today our guests are Nick and Survaren, and we're going to talk to them a little bit about what we're doing at Obsidian Systems with Atlassian. Thank you, Survaren, for being here. Tell us a little bit about your role and what your typical day looks like.
Okay, so I'm a solutions consultant Nick is my boss. So typically, you wake up in the morning, you read your emails, you see who planned meetings last night. Then we do our stand-up in the morning to, see what the team has been busy with, what you have planned today, any blockers. It's nice to have your stand-ups early in the morning because, if you get stuck with something yesterday, you have a whole team there, to help you in the morning. Then that's done. Then it's client meetings and, just solving problems.
That's awesome. I think today is going to be a lot about problems.
Yep.
Nick, what is the most surprising thing about your life at Obsidian and your workday there? What has been the biggest surprise out of what it is that you do?
Sure. I think every day is a different experience, and every day is different because you deal with different people. So as much as you need to understand the tools that we work with, you need to understand how people work. So everyone's got different ways of thinking, and I think for me it's about engaging with those people at the right level and making them feel comfortable that they can give me what they need so that I can translate that into helping them. So I do think it's very much about people, and just building those relationships.
I think your team is not called Teams for nothing. We've done a deliberate branding at Obsidian to call you Smarter Teams, because at the end of the day, it is all about collaboration.
Yes.
In IT. We have partnered with Atlassian for over a decade now, and that's our tool of preference.
Yes.
That we use. Why would somebody want to take on Jira as a solution for what they do?
So Jira, I would say, it started out as a bug tracking tool, and it's evolved like massively. It's now a single tool or platform, should I rather say, with multiple products, but you can do anything from project management, PI planning, to integrations into your dev stack, be that GitHub. It's literally a single source of truth. It's got all the tools, the tricks, absolutely everything to for the workers, if I can call them that, to do their day-to-day job. It's got some awesome automation in there, so to remove any manual automation that slows the workers down, to rather get them to focus on the actual job, and then the reporting that can go up the line. To me, it's an absolutely great tool. It's only getting better by the day. Atlassian's releasing feature updates daily. So there's obviously a preference between Jira DC and cloud. Right now, for me, it's cloud. Cloud's it's evolving at a massive pace.
Right.
So yeah.
And it's not that update and patching all the time.
Yes.
It's an almost instant rollout.
It's behind the scenes, and yeah.
That's super exciting. So it started out as a technical tool, Survaren. It was for the devs,
for the devs.
That would be your space. What do you think the transformation is now of using this in business?
So, like we said, it was for the devs, not anymore. It's grown so much over the past couple of years. It's for everyone, company-wide.
I think that's we say that, but what really is that, right? When we say it's for everyone, how has it impacted some of the things that you're working with internally? Say, for instance, with other business operations.
Mm-hmm. So, like we discussed, HR,
Yeah.
We have automated HR's onboarding process.
Does HR know?
They do. They were hands-on with this. I mean, who knows HR better than HR?
Right.
So literally we took what they do daily and, define a workflow and, eliminate.
Yeah. So that's the collaboration of the team, right, Nick? We've seen that. We've definitely seen a shift of tone. It's not the technical people anymore in an organization, right? It's scaling across all business flows. We, as we were talking before we came into studio, we said, how did we do it back in the old days? How did we actually do things? If you think 20 years ago without any of these tools.
Yeah. Pen and paper. Pen and paper, walking around desk to desk. And what we kind of touched on was that I think what's happened is the tools have evolved. There's a lot more options out there. Are people using the right tool? Debatable. Are people aware of what the Jira platform as a whole can actually do? Debatable. I do think that if they understood the true value that it can offer, nobody would probably use anything else. So from a single platform, cross-product point of view, it gives you pretty much everything. And like we were saying around the HR onboarding, which you can have rules in place that say, we're onboarding this new dev. It sends a ticket automatically, no admin involved, to the IT department. He needs a new laptop, facilities, access cards, desks, absolutely everything. Everything's sorted out. So that's all done. And then there's reporting. So everybody's got visibility on what is going on at any given time.
We've got the boss's view, Survaren. It's always that perspective, right?
Yeah.
We have the boss's view. You have to make some of these things happen.
Yes.
Give us the real lowdown. Give us the true story. How does this tool actually start to work for everyone? And how difficult is it to make that happen?
So I wouldn't say it's difficult. Once people, see its value and start using it, and when they use the tool correctly, they start loving it, which is great because then you can, you see the work you've done and, how it fits in to, the bigger picture.
I love that devil's advocate. We say that can one thing be everything to everyone? Now, Jira started off as that development tool. We have so many different things that we can kind of fit into that tool. But what at the end of the day does it come down to? Do you think that makes Jira work for the business? If you were to pick the one core element, how do you get Jira to work for different business processes? What would be your key tip for making it make the coffee for you?
So that as a collaboration. So it allows teams, whether it's IT teams or non-IT teams, to collaborate, which you don't see that often. I just think it's great. Like Nick said with the HR, you send your ticket to IT teams from HR, which is great. Instead of walking over and, hi, where's my email address? Or,
We sometimes have that poke. We've this whole movement towards automation, and in people's heads, even in my heads, I find it a difficult thing to actually accept. I get concerned. You're going to automate my job? Yes, sure. But there's got to be a people behind it at the end of the day. What is the goal or objective of what you guys do in business at the outcome of that?
So from my side, automation is about removing manual tasks. So if this, and that in essence at the end of the day frees up whoever is a user, stopping them from doing admin and allowing them, so instead of spending 4 hours a day on work and 4 hours a day on admin, they get to spend their 8 hours or 7 hours a day on doing their actual job, what they want to do. So
I want to go to the beach.
You can automate it.
we can add a task, yeah. The issue is that some people are inclined to want to over-automate. It's not necessary. I think it's about starting in small, or plan what your start goal is and end goal is, and break that up into different phases. Automate the manual stuff. It's not going to replace people. People still need to understand what the tickets are doing, why a ticket's in a certain status, understand the different comments. So automation is incredibly powerful, but it's not going to take away anyone's job. But I do think it's, again, about having the right people to not, because the business won't know how to automate or what to automate. It's about the right level of skilled people, be it an admin team, be it us, going in and understanding the business requirements and suggesting ways in which to reduce overhead and allow the teams to work on their actual job versus doing admin.
Right. So I think about that speed. So actually what we've done is we've just done a fast play on all the mundane stuff.
Yeah.
And that leaves off a lot of free time for them to be able to do other things.
Yeah.
Begs the question of what were we doing with that time before, right? That's interesting for business to say, okay, we're transforming jobs, people's mindsets, reporting, and we're doing this off a platform. What are some of the people's challenges that you're going to have to face? Because I know I would find it quite daunting, but I have a fair amount of freedom to be ticketed, to be told, hey, reminder, I can automate those things, but somebody at the end of the day still has to deliver that computer to that. What is your tip to get people to actually accept and integrate with the tool set?
So firstly, I think it's about people understanding what the toolset can offer. So if they understand what the toolset can offer, then they know that we can do the automation. And they will understand that automation will automatically populate certain fields. So there's things like assets. There's all that information. So you can go in and say, if a customer or if a user is using this laptop, automatically show me what version of iOS or iOS that he's basically running, or what mouse he has, or whatever it is. It's all things that would have taken time.
It's Linux for the kernel.
Or it's Linux. So that, because all of that would have taken up an hour of time to go and now go look in Excel spreadsheets, go look here, go look there, where within seconds that information is that's available. And then from a reporting point of view, I think people spent a lot of time trying to search Excel documents, look at project plans, trying to trawl through emails, trying to get that information. Where real time now, you go into Jira, if your automation's right, if your workflows are right, everything is there, and it's a matter of looking at a dashboard, and it's there ready for you to export, save, send on to business management. So I think it just pulls everything together. I'm probably expanding a bit here, but it pulls everything together, and like I said, allows people to focus on what they're meant to focus on.
Yes.
Cool. Just want to have a quick breather around this. We talk about, next one's going to be about reducing silos and things. Okay. So what, as a consulting, so what as a consultant do you need to do to break down some of those silos within an organization to make sure that information is good, that your reporting and monitoring is good?
Okay. As a consultant, So we need to sit down with the different departments and understand each goal individually and how it fits together. Then we can define the processes. It might not be the same processes for each team, but somehow they will link up at the end.
Okay. So every department has got different needs. We establish what those needs are. So it's not the hammer for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the nail. That's the beauty of the tool.
Yes.
There are other things that go in the stack as well that make things easier. What would some of those recommendations you would have for them?
So JSM would be a great recommendation. When people talk Jira, they just talk about, just the software development lifecycle or project management. They completely forget about JSM.
What is JSM?
So it's Jira Service Management, mainly for ITSM teams. Well, it was developed for ITSM teams, but it has changed so much. This is where our HR onboarding comes in. You can do a legal through JSM. It's literally agents or people that actually work on issues. It's for them. And then we have a customer portal on the other side. So these are the people that log the issues. If you have an issue with your laptop, you log it through there. And this doesn't have to be, internal only. It's external as well. So your help desks. I just think it's brilliant.
So it's the portal into the Jira world, right? It's just that little front end that's less intimidating, that simplifies, but all the complexity sits behind it.
Yes.
But it just makes it a little bit user-friendly.
It does.
Okay, that's...
And one thing I was going to say about JSM, sorry. So so you pay for the use or the agent access. So you could have 5 agents, 10 agents, however many agents. But anybody that's a customer is free. So you could have a small group of agents or mid-sized group of agents, but with a large customer base. And those customers access it free. And it also is linked to Confluence, which is a knowledge base portal. So as the customer comes in, they say, I've got an issue with the laptop, picks up laptop, takes them off to some self-help documentation, and they can read that, rate it, yes, no, and then if they're not happy or they can't get it resolved, then they can log the ticket. Alternatively, if they log it, then that same documentation and other documentation is available for the actual service desk agent. So a guide for them to follow. So it's really cool. Same as with JSM. If an incident's logged, it links to Jira software, which then can go into the software development lifecycle, where you've got your epics and stories and tasks and sprints and all those kind of things. So
all the lingo that's
all linked. So when a dev is done, he goes, I'm done. It automatically updates the incident ticket, which lets the customer know. So it works absolutely wonderfully.
It's very powerful. Very powerful.
So it's across the board. It's not just...
So there, from a collaboration visibility point of view, answers pretty much everything.
Another thing I like about JSM is your approvals, which where you can, approvals can be done in JSM, and it's
it's tracking.
Yes, so you can see who approved it. Your managers can get emails as well. It's just a simple button, an approve button on your email. They don't have to necessarily go into JSM.
Right.
I'd recommend they do. But it just streamlines the whole process.
I love that one click of a button. It sounds so simple, but there's still got to be somebody on the other end setting all those things up. There's got to be some more stories, guys. Come on. There's got to be some more stories because somebody's setting it up, and we're all human. We all make mistakes. What are some of the biggest lessons that you probably have learned around setting these systems up? Because there's some people out there that go a little gung-ho. We've seen it. They get excited about the tech, and what they do is they go out and I'm feeling strong, I can do this. And things can go horribly wrong. What is what are some of those options, or what are some of those problems?
So it's the users not knowing what we've set up.
Right.
You know, you chat to their managers or, you know, the bosses. They know what they want. They know how it works. But, you know, sending that information down to the people actually using the tool, there's a break there. And that's where a lot of errors happen. It's ridiculous. We were chatting about a story that we had with one of our customers. We won't mention names.
We never do. Not on this podcast. Follow for the next episode.
But they know who they are.
We know who you are.
So we had an automation set up on a field to create subtasks. You know, just a simple input, a number input, you know, how many subtasks would you like? And instead of, you know, putting in that, they put in a reference number.
Oh, my word.
So the automation rule went and created 100,000 subtasks.
Oh, dear. And what is that? What is the impact of that?
So they were on DC.
That's data center.
Yeah.
So that's on-prem, that's on their own servers.
The server went down.
The server went down.
Yes. So there's nothing we can do about that. But, you know, you need to let your workers know exactly what's going on.
I think it's about letting your workers know, but also about having the right strategies in place to not let those kind of things happen. So in the sense of that they shouldn't be allowed to create over 100,000 subtasks in one.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a limit on that, right?
So I think it's about constantly reviewing what's been set up, because that was historical configuration. So I think it's about, again, it comes back to having the right Atlassian admins
Yes.
within your team or supporting you that ensure that your instance is healthy and has the correct config, and that it's just not building on top of old stuff and continuously just adding and adding.
It does. It could become a monster. We've been using Jira for over a decade with Obsidian systems.
And it's easy to let it just get out of control.
Yes.
Right, and we've had it's historical input. It's who changes the processes when the processes change, you know, or do we just carry on? Human nature, I don't like change. I don't know if you guys are gung ho and love change, but I certainly gung ho is my worst brother. He's my brother, the Angela Ho's nemesis. You know, I don't like that gung ho person going out there and doing all kinds of things without me knowing. How are we solving for that problem now at Obsidian Systems?
So we have a service that we offer, Smarter Atlassian.
Of course.
Is
because we do things smarter.
Yes, we are smarter, and it's a service that we sit with a customer, and we obviously get access, and then we offer them a playbook, which is literally a snapshot of their entire Jira environment, and within that snapshot, you can see, I've got 400 workflows, but why do I have so
400?
many? Yeah, 400 workflows. We've seen over 1,000 workflows. Yeah,
much more.
But yet there could be 50 projects, and you go, but how does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's because people have added but not archived or removed. So again, cleanup. So what this does is it gives you a full playbook of the entire instance, and allows, from an administration point of view, to better manage your instance. Along with that, we also have config management. So via APIs, we pull your configuration, not your issue data, so not your work item data.
So it's not
only
your
config. Only config. It goes into our GitHub, which they can have access to. And off the back of that, we can pull reporting. We can tell you how many workflows you have, how many duplicate fields you have. And you can actually clean up your instance off the back of that. Another nice thing is that so right now, if you do, which a lot of customers do, they want to make changes in a sandbox environment. When those changes have been made, in order to push it through to the production environment, it's totally manual. So if Survaren's gone and implemented 50 changes, then he's got to individually go and redo those 50 changes. And obviously that increases user, the error and time, prod dates, whatever it may basically be, downtime. And with this, we can now, at a click of a button, push everything live. And equally, we can roll everything back, or we can say of those 50 changes, only roll back one of them. So we've offered all of that now. So it's a very cool service. It's not a backup service as a sense of your issue data, but it's a backup. It's a good way to back up and ensure that you've got reliability around your config.
So what runs your business, which is that entire Jira instance, make sure that it's running efficiently.
And I'll be honest, it's scary. Most people don't have it. So
So most people don't even know.
No, most people don't. So most people right now, if for some reason something happened and their configuration was lost, that is it. There's no...
So you can't back that up?
So you can back up, but backups are done on a weekly increment. So if you back up on a Sunday, and then that will back up your issue data, your configs. Yeah. But come next Friday, you realize something has gone drastically wrong. You've now can back up, or you can restore to Sunday, but you've lost 5 days worth of data, any other config changes that were made. And if you're dealing with hundreds and thousands of tickets and whatever it may be, that's a massive loss. So
that's high risk.
It's very high risk
for somebody that's running big enterprise and running the entire organization.
So
we've had this issue, where everything was lost,
and it's a start from
scratch,
day one.
And also, I mean, you can schedule it, but what I've experienced is a lot of customers don't. Yes. So their instance is literally not being backed up, and they just, I don't know if it's not aware of it or if it's a skills issue. But it's not. It's very different to on-prem. So cloud, you need to go in there and back it up. Or there's other add-ons. There's something called HiQ, which we highly recommend. It backs up at a granular level. So if you go and say, I want to back up everything, you can back up every half an hour if you want to. You can say, I've got this single ticket with this comment. Go back up. Just restore that individual comment. Or just restore that attachment. Right. It does it right down to a granular level.
But currently I could be just carrying on with business as usual.
Which a lot of people are. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a surprise when we tell people.
Yes. I'll be honest, you do bring it up, and I think people assume, the assumption is you're in the cloud, everything's okay. But it's not necessarily the case. So I do think people need to focus a little bit more and understand the impact and have options that should things go wrong, that they can actually restore that config. And
there's so many things that are different from what was data center and looking after your own service and now moving to the cloud. There are lots of people that are apprehensive. Even we had that little bit of a hiccup run over the hill, but now that we've made that journey and we've migrated into cloud. Give me the honest opinion of what is it that you love and what is it that you maybe don't like.
It's the updates.
That you
Cloud,
like?
Yeah, I love it. Cloud it's so great. You know, on-prem, you have downtime. You'll update Jira. I don't know how long it will take. Depends on the server.
Right.
On cloud, you wake up the next morning and it's updated.
Yeah, you literally log in. We log in, and we meant to know everything. And we log in and go, oh, what's that? It's something new. Because it's constant, which is really cool.
Right?
Yeah, which is really cool. So we learning everyone would think, oh, you guys know everything. We actually learning every day as well. So which is really cool. So
yeah. So you're getting that along with customers and everyone that you're helping, and you're in it every day.
I often go into a call and a customer will go, oh, but what's that button? And I'll go, oh, I haven't seen that because it's new, because it was launched last night. But yes, we get the roadmap, and so for major features, we know what's better coming. But there are always little minor tweaks, updates, things like
small
that.
things.
Yeah, you can set it. So what is nice that you can say, I only want to roll out any updates on cloud. And you can set when that is. So it's a big bang approach. Still, you have to do absolutely nothing, but it gets rolled out every 2 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it is. Or you can leave it open, and Atlassian updates the infrastructure automatically. So, yeah.
Cloud comes along with some magical features as well.
Yes.
Everybody talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe hopefully a little bit of human intelligence there, and not just the AI stuff. What is Atlassian's take on that?
Want to talk to it?
So it's Rovo.
Rovo.
Rovo. Come here, Rovo.
Rovo, yeah.
It sounds like that.
Yeah. Whose dog is loose?
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah. So that's been a big focus point at the moment, around Atlassian. It's a great, AI tool. It brings everything Atlassian into one point, which I do like. Really, it's great. You search for something using Rovo, and it'll check your Confluence, it'll check your Jira Service Management, your Jira, even Bitbucket,
Slack, Teams. So it integrates into all of those. It's basically your Gemini ChatGPT of Atlassian.
Yes.
So it's super powerful.
But with your data.
With your own data.
With your own data.
So secure.
Yes.
Secured, not no data heading out, no data coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's 100%
Just your knowledge
secure.
base.
Yes.
It's got all its all the governance checks, all the certifications, everything's basically there. I mean, what's nice about Rovo is that you go in there, you create your different agents. So, and a lot of them are non-coded agents, so you don't have to be a dev to go and basically set them up. But you can go into Rovo and say, please show me. So, and this is sitting in Jira now. Please show me the HR policy for leave. And it will automatically from there go off to Confluence, find all the HR policies on leave or annual leave, whatever it is that you want, bring it back, add the link, click on it, open it up. So now you're not wasting time trying to go to Confluence or to wherever it may be and search, or an email and try and find that information.
Or call Catherine.
Yes. So it's super responsive, super quick. And that's just an example. You can say to it, please, I've had a meeting. I need to create a Confluence page on this topic, and we'll automatically go into Confluence, create a page for you, choose a template, populate your information. It's super helpful. But
it doesn't make changes without your permission.
Yes, yeah. So it's about the training behind it, understanding what its value is and how to do it. A lot of customers see it and they go, there's this Rovo button at the top. Why? But they just don't understand the value of it yet. So it's about understanding it. So we definitely find training is helpful, be it through Atlassian University, be it through us, be it through whoever it may be. But I think companies need to focus on upskilling, not just their admins, but their actual users.
It's people.
People need to be upskilled.
The tech is now automagically, as we say in the office, automagically updating, but our people are moving at such a rapid pace.
Yes. So that's what we always say it. If the people knew how the tools operated and worked, and they would not want anything else.
That's awesome to know, and I can enjoy my coffee with that, because Jira does everything except the coffee right now. If you had one tip or one piece of advice from each of you around their Atlassian stack and where they currently are, what would you tell them? Go out and do tomorrow. You cannot live without this.
For me, it's around. So there are certain integrations and plugins and things like that. I would like to see Atlassian include some functionality that is sitting within third-party marketplace add-ons to potentially be native to Atlassian. to be fair to Atlassian, they are building every day. There's new things coming out. There's new features being added. So I think it's time. I would like to see, like I'd say my biggest gripe is that there are these add-ons, but I know they are working hard at getting those features, the features that they can into.
Incorporated.
Yes. So you are looking at a product, not talking a product with add-ons.
Survaren, you have a tough role of dealing with people every day, customers every day. What is your biggest tip for some of those interactions? What do you think would make some of those tickets go away for you?
So I've realized that, customers are not aligned. We don't deal with one specific department. We'll deal with multiple departments.
Right.
And
breaking down those silos, right?
They don't chat to each other. I don't know why. Are they using like a different platform? But they need to, come together and decide on an end goal.
Right. So
that would make my job a lot easier.
Yeah.
That's great advice. Nick, Survaren, thank you so much for joining us on this podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you.